Welcome to this edition of Business Ambassadors. I'm your host today, Jackie Bell with the Primrose School of Noblesville, and I'm excited to introduce to you my guest today. This is Lori Koppold, and she is one of the owners of 10th Street Photography, yes. Which, of course, those of you that are following me, know that I like to do interview a lot of people that have businesses in downtown Noblesville, and you might not be right on the square, but you're just off of it on 10th Street.
Yes.
Just across, a lot of people know where Greek's Pizzeria is,
yes,
so that's just across from there. So welcome, Lori. And what I kind of like to do with my show is to give you an opportunity to kind of talk about your business, okay. And you can talk about where you started or anything, but we have a lot of things to talk about, as you can see. We have a lot of props here because she's doing great things.
Overkill, as usual.
No, great.
Well, we can just start where we got started. I have 3 sons, and this happens to be my youngest, brought his picture, but and they were very involved in sports, and we were looking for a mom business, and that's how we kind of fell into the sports photography area. And I just brought a couple samples. This was kind of one of our first things we ever did, and this was actually done at A+ Gymnastics, and we had just gotten our first digital camera, which was 5 megapixels. And,
wow.
I know.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I want to make posters of kids, and the camera store said, well, you can't do that because it'll be too pixely, the quality of a 5, and we went ahead and gave it a shot.
You did it anyway.
We did it anyway, and of course, they did get pixely when you were out on a soccer field zooming and the kid was this big, but it kind of worked.
For things like this, it works great, yeah.
Yeah, where you're in a closer
So
spot.
how long ago was this? This was
2003.
Look at that.
Yeah,
okay.
So 2003. Yeah,
right.
14 years, I guess it's been.
Very
so.
unique. Very unique.
Yeah, so those were a couple of our first, and then like I said, we have boys, so we fell more into the football, baseball kind of arena with the guys. But we take a lot of sports, and we take a lot of it's volume photography.
Okay, so for sports teams, that's who you're working with. So I know we have Noblesville up here, and so you said A+. Okay, and then here's another one.
Here's some karate. This little guy was one of our karate guys, so we will go around to some karate studios and take pictures. And karate kids are always lots of fun. Taekwondo and karate.
I like the collage, the different.
Oh yes, and karate has weapons. So yeah, that's always a big
weapons.
Weapons are fun.
Could be scary.
Yeah, weapons. But give a kid a sword and they
and
smile.
He's smiling.
He's smiling with swords in his hands. And it's not always, we're kind of like, oh, is that a good thing or not? I don't know.
So lots of sports.
Lots of sports.
Okay, here's a couple
Hamilton Heights, we do football pictures for them. They were one of our first accounts.
Okay, so again, some collage, but then you get the individual pictures.
Exactly.
And they can get the composite if they to have their team.
Yes.
Okay, so they can remember their teams they've been on, which is always awesome.
And then of course we kind of fell into some cheerleading and dance, even though I didn't have girls. I'm a woman photographer, so that helped, and I love being around little girls, so it was fun, and we started working with some cheerleading and some dance studios, and really, really enjoy doing that. And that's a different ball game from football and baseball. It's still a sport, or a performing arts,
right?
But it's definitely a different niche because it's just. Lots of costumes. Dancers can have, some of them can be in 6 different costumes, and so we kind of gear our order forms and things like that for specific for dance.
Okay, and you're going out to these studios typically, or the place of business, or a field if it's a soccer team, if it's a football team. You will go be there for them. Okay,
exactly.
So and when you talk about Heights or Noblesville or wherever you're going,
we're right there on the fields. This is right on the football field at the high school with the little cheerleader. These are the middle school gals for Noblesville. And the boys here, we used the green screen technology and actually took each of those guys individually and then created them into that picture from individual pictures.
Wow.
And these were posters that they used for sponsorships around. So they had different businesses on there, and you know, that obviously they pay, and then it's another way for the football teams to earn some money
Great.
and give a value to their sponsors.
And I will have to say that I appreciated her work because my son was a senior last year.
Oh,
Not my
yay.
husband. My son was
Her husband's a senior
he's
the other
very
direction.
young. He looks like he's a senior.
There we go. There we go. That's the
You're
way to
welcome,
say
Tom.
it. Yeah.
So, but my son was a senior, not this year, but last year.
Oh,
so
awesome.
we got to have fun with this picture.
We
And,
did
yeah,
have some
so
fun with
that was
seniors
good.
last year, and it was kind of, and that brings us kind of to live portrait.
Should we talk about that now?
Sure,
That's what I thought
we
before
can talk
move
about
on.
that. We thought live portrait is a way to bring your pictures to life, and it's an app on your phone. So if you, it's actually a live portrait app, and we do have a little note about that on the posters. But it can use it on my business card if you want to hold that for me, Jackie.
So this is kind of an example of what this does with the live
Yeah,
portrait.
let me see. So it's
Right.
kind of that technology of the codes, the QVC codes or whatever, but it's a live it actually uses a photo, and you can attach a video to it. And this
And
is
I
just
can move this, right?
yeah,
Now
you
I
can move this,
so
and now
once-
it stays onto my phone. And this is just playing a video kind of about our business and what we offer. So, but what we did with the football one was we had the boys all introduce themselves, kind of like they do on ESPN or whatever, and say
where they're
what
elementary school, is that right?
Yes.
That's what, yeah. And so they say their name, their position that they play, and their elementary school that they came from
Right.
instead of their college that
So
they
it
came
was
from.
fun. They
Okay.
would say the Hazeldale Elementary, and yeah, and they all had their own little personality shine through,
Right.
which was great.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
that's a really unique thing that I had not seen up
Yes.
until when my son was when you use that with his class. I hadn't seen that before.
Right.
So you can do that with different things. I mean, you can bring it. It's kind of like those of you that are Harry Potter fans. You know, your portraits come to life.
Yes, it
Just like
is.
that.
So you can do it.
Jim, you need. You'd be laughing.
But yeah, it's cool. I mean, we even think about it a lot we take some family photos. So for instance, if you had it attached to this and this was their Christmas card, that
Oh,
their
it
Christmas
could talk
card
to you.
could say Merry Christmas, and they could
Oh,
sing
that's a great idea.
Christmas song.
Okay.
You know, so that they're, you know, you could bring more alive than just sports or
That's
things
awesome.
like that.
Okay.
There's so many opportunities for that, because like we take seniors, so even for a senior
Yeah,
picture
pretty. Oh my
to
goodness.
come alive and do a collage of all their senior photos and things like that, which is
Nice.
kind of nice. Yeah. So here, let me show Shane one more time. He's my youngest. He's not my favorite. I love them all, but he took really great pictures. So, and then we
Well-
do take even some. You know, we'll
Oh,
take
yeah,
some
the
babies.
infants. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You go. I mean, we've seen your pictures, obviously.
Question from the audience.
Uh oh.
Yes.
Your live portrait app, is that information on your website?
You know, it can be more on there. It's on the bottom of the posters, so I can put more on there about live portrait. Yeah.
I was
it's
going to
one-
say I was on there, and I'm not sure that I did see much about
No.
live portraits. So that's a good point. We
It's
might-
one of those things that we can do,
It's
but
kind
we
of an
haven't
addition.
quite got the focus on promoting it and taking advantage of all it can do. And it's still so new that we're not sure, will people download the app? Will they actually do it? Now, if it's grandmom and you send her this, or Aunt,
Yes,
you know, Aunt
they're going
Judy
to.
or whatever,
Right.
and they want to hear this thing talk, they'll probably do it.
Right.
Or if it's the mother of any of these guys, they're going to do it because they're personally invested. So I think there is an opportunity for it. We just need to kind
It
of
is. It's
it's
a great
neat.
technology. Yeah,
It
it's very
really is
fun.
cool.
Very fun.
definitely.
So we talked about, we have a lot of the sports, so you could, if anybody has any sport team out there and
Yes.
you're looking at some different options for photography for them, consider 10th Street Photography.
Right.
Senior pictures, you kind
Family.
of just, we kind of put this, families, this one here is just
Isn't that
amazing. I
beautiful?
love that.
She is very pretty gal.
Yeah, very, very pretty, so.
Yeah.
And
Do you do weddings?
You know, what we do for weddings is that's also a little bit of a joke, because second and third weddings, call me. But we don't take a lot of first weddings.
That's funny.
So I don't
A
encourage
little
second
smaller.
and third weddings, but if they come about, we will be glad to help, because we always tease that that's more of an event than a wedding. And then also we do a great photo station for any wedding, which where we'll take pics right at the during the events, with bring all the props and the fun
So
stuff.
kind of a photo booth.
It's kind of a photo booth
kind of thing, but
we have a real photographer.
okay.
And we also aren't limited for you to have to squish in a booth. We
Okay.
have the whole, since we have the real photographer, we can do double green screen for like corporate events.
Okay.
We work with Indiana Sports Corp, the Big Ten, the electrician, Gaylor. We worked at their Christmas parties. Just quite a few businesses.
So with the green screen, you're going to be able to put a prop up that you're going to have the backdrop that fits whatever the theme is for the party or wherever you are. So it's a fitting backdrop, and then the props go accordingly. Right?
Exactly. So
give me an example. So tell me.
It's Christmas.
Okay.
So we're the holidays. So we'll bring lots of holiday props: reindeers, mistletoe. Silly signs, especially if it's a corporate. One of our favorite signs is, for corporate parties, is about our coworkers are like Christmas lights. They don't all work all the time, and so we just try to find fun signs, regardless of what your event is, to your theme. We did a wedding, and they were all into Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So we brought the king stuff, king hats, and we had some signs that were from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So,
real quickly, I want to talk about, though, we didn't even talk about these different.
Yeah.
This is not. This is
metal.
This is metal.
That
this
is
not
metal.
Typical, and you can tell that it is the way that it shines and. The different mediums here.
Yes.
So, and then we have some more. This one is actually wood, I think.
This one is, it's like a composite material,
Yeah.
but it's designed to be a wall collage. So if you look at the back, it has a different hanging mechanism, so you can hang a collage really neatly and easily and avoid frames.
Okay.
So it's a neat way to
This canvas
display.
is typical. Everybody knows what a canvas is.
So this
these
is
are
a little
bit
different. Yeah, and then this is, that's the same as, so
Okay.
you can kind of get the idea, like you
how
can
those
do
would fit,
together.
That looks great.
And
I
then
like that.
these are thin wraps. So
And
they're
if-
just
and-
a different way to display, kind of stepping away a little bit from traditional canvas and still
But
offering
still
that
have
clean look.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Actually, I was looking at that. I was on your website and I saw that it looks like in your studio we could see some examples of how to display your photography and your photos. So
neat idea.
So okay.
And we'll show preschools real quick.
Of course, I need preschool photos, right?
So these are really cool and fun graduation pictures. And
So Primrose might just for graduation this year. We were discussing this. Definitely for graduation, we're going to be looking into this because these guys could also be talking to their grandparents and their parents and aunts and uncles who might not live near us. So that would be kind of cool with that live portrait. So
and the cool thing with the live portrait, what we can do is have each child pop up in their photo, and then it says what they want to be when they grow up, and it's really a cute way to showcase our little cuties, which we adore and love taking, especially when all of ours are 21 and older now.
Okay, that's right. Now
we're over.
Okay, so we can find you. We can find your website, 10thstreetphotography.com.
Yes.
I think we had your phone number up there earlier, so hopefully everybody wrote that down.
Sure.
So go ahead, and if you have any needs like this of what we talked about, hopefully you'll give Lori a call, and I'm sure she'd be happy to help you out. And I appreciate you guys joining us again this week. I'm Jackie Bell. I'm with the Primrose School of Noblesville, and you can find me at primrosenoblesville.com or our phone number on the screen. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you.